What is good? Hope everyone is blessed. So, today I want to talk about testosterone. The reason I want to talk about it is because I am now on it. After being a lifetime natty, I had to hop on it. So, for a little backstory for those who don't know, I was undergoing some pain around November, late November. I woke up with intense pain during the night. I decided to go to hospital to get it checked out, and they discovered I had testicular cancer. There was a lot of things leading up to it because they didn't know immediately. All they knew was that I had some sort of tumor growing behind my abdominal wall. So I underwent some chemotherapy for 9 weeks, and then that was followed by uh, what they call it, orchiectomy. So I had a removal of my right testicle. It's kind of funny because I was like, I had to put my hand there. I was like, which one's gone? Yeah, the one on the right, they removed it. And then afterwards, I went back in to have another scan just to make sure that it was not any other testicle. And they took that testicle, brought it to the lab to make sure that after the chemo, it was gone. So they done that a little biopsy, and they came back and said there was no traces in the remaining testicle. The reason why they done that, not the remaining, the right testicle, which they took out. The reason why they done that was to just ensure that there was no trace left behind, and that there's no gateway for it to metastasize and go to another part of my body. And yeah, so the results of that was all good. Anyhow, after having the removal, I thought, okay, that's it. Now it's just a case of working on recovery, get back to the gym, train as normal, eat healthy, and start to perhaps do some new protocols to more customize my approach to my health. Because I was customizing it for a bit, but then I went off and went back on. And I think there's many reasons that probably led to the cancer, but I can discuss that another time. Um, but yeah, so, eating healthy, going back to the gym. But I found that there was days I was waking up and I was feeling quite tired. And for any person who undergoes chemotherapy or surgery, especially cancer, they have to go back to the hospital for regular blood tests so that they can check you and make sure that your body is okay and there's no signs of any um, cancer markers or inflammation in the blood. So they constantly check that. I think as the years go by, the visits start to become a lot less. But at the moment, because it's relatively early, they're checking quite frequent. When I was going in, they also check blood pressure and they check your weight. And I noticed each time I was going in to get my weight checked, it was gradually going up. So my average weight is normally around 101, 102 kilos. But each time I went in, it was it was just going up. So it was like one time it was like 107, and I thought, that's interesting. I don't recall eating more food, but perhaps I am. So I thought, right, I need to cut back down because I want to try and get back to the same weight. Went back in and it was like 112. I was like, how's that possible? I reduced what I've been eating. Okay, I guess I'll try and do some intermittent fasting. Slowly worked onto the intermittent fasting. So I was probably eating in a maybe 5 hour window as opposed to eight, and was carefully watching what I was eating. Went back in and it went up again. It was like 117 or something like that. And it ended up growing to about 122 kilos, which is, I don't know, somewhere in the range of 260 something pounds. And I was like, this is not making any sense whatsoever. While I was there, the doctor normally asks, how have you been feeling? How has everything been going? Have you been experiencing any pains? And I'm like, no, not really, but I've been having this strange feeling within myself where there was random times during the day where I would just start bursting out in sweat, just randomly. One minute I'm on the laptop, I'm typing away, or I could be editing a video, and then this heat just came over me, and then I would just start to sweat. I was like, why is this happening? Randomly. I could be driving in the car, and this is before it started to become summer. I would just be driving, all of a sudden, bam, this heat, this rush of heat, and then I'll start sweating. And not only that, I found that I was just feeling fatigued for no reason. I was going to bed on time. In fact, I was feeling tired early, going to bed early, but still waking up feeling tired. And I just couldn't figure out why that was. I'm like, maybe it's the foods I'm eating. So I was, analyzing the foods, and I was like, it isn't, because I'm only eating good foods. Taking certain supplements as well to help assist with the foods and certain vitamins, and just couldn't quite figure it out. So we had another blood test done, and it showed that most markers was in the right place, but my testosterone was through the floor. It was like crazy low. And so just to build a picture for you, let's say an average person's testosterone might be between 300 to 800 nanograms per deciliter. Younger people, they might hit around the 1,000 mark. But for someone my age, should be roughly at least 300. I mean, 300 is the bottom end. But for someone like me who'd been training for many years, I would expect like mid 400s, 450, 460, something like that. It came back as 92. 92. And they said that is chronically low. And I was asking if there's any natural means which can help me to achieve it back. I mean, I'm eating good and I'm training. Training itself was really painful. Every time I was going in, like I was feeling every single rep. I felt like a person who didn't like training and was going to the gym because they had to. Those types of people who they're trying to achieve their summer body, or they have like something which they're training towards. They want to lose body fat so that they can fit in a suit or a dress or something like that. But they hate it. They're doing it because they have to. They have a deadline and they have to do it. I felt like one of those people going to the gym. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to be here. My head was just not in it. And each rep was just burning. I was also waking up in, well, in severe pain. My body was just aching all the time. I was very stiff, struggling to move. Wow. Excuse me. Struggling to move. And, it would take me a while for me to kind of, I don't know, maybe the joints to get a bit warm and lubricated or whatever. And it was just making no sense to me. It turns out that was one of the symptoms of chronically low testosterone. They said to me, you have hypogonadism, which is a condition where your body does not produce testosterone or sperm. In the blood work, it also showed that my FH, is it FH? I think it's called FH. LH, sorry, LH was really high. I can't remember what that stands for. Probably many of you guys might. Um, Something hormone. But yeah, it's like the communication. It's like the communication between the brain, the pineal gland of the brain, sending communication to the testes to produce sperm. Now, the delivery of sending the message was really high. The LH level should be between 2.5 to 5. So that's like average. High be yeah, 5 being the top end of that. If it reaches around 8 or 9, then it's like, okay, your body's really really calling out to speak to the testes. Come on, this needs to happen. Mine was reading at 28, so my body was screaming, screaming, and nothing was happening. So after a long discussion with the doctor, it was soon agreed that I should go on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Now, it's something that I wanted to avoid at all costs. But when you feel like the way how I felt, you're like, I'll do whatever, I'll do anything. And I've also mentioned on social media, I've told everybody this already, that I'm going to be going on TRT. But before that, prior all of this, going to hospital, I mentioned the only reason I would ever take TRT is if it's a medical situation, or if I'm like really old and my body's just not able to produce it anymore. That's the only reason, for health purposes. I'm not just gonna take it because I want muscles. I'm like, for me, that's stupid. But people do it. I'm like, whatever, man. That's your choice. Um, but like when I started to learn about how low low testosterone can cause not just chronic issues in the body, but it can be a real situation where you could end up having heart disease. So I'm like, yeah, I need it. Now, with taking TRT, you do need to have lots of monitoring because it could potentially apply pressure on your liver. And so, because it's medically prescribed, I'm going to be having blood work on a regular basis. I think at the moment it's like every 8 weeks or something, and then it will be like every 3 months. So yeah, that's pretty cool. At the moment, feeling good. Um, Not feeling tired, waking up feeling on point. I mean, my food is good anyway. I train regular. I use the sauna. I've started to incorporate cardio. So I would say everything is on point. Sleep as well. Quality. I use pulse electromagnetic field therapy during the night. If I don't use that, I use a grounding mat. So, to keep any inflammation in my body low. So yeah, now on TRT, I inject once a week, 0.4 milliliters. Let me show you. So this is the box right here. I don't know if you can see it. Testosterone enantate. So it comes with 3 ampules. I had one today because I have them on Thursdays. And it looks like this. Can't bring it closer, it will go blurry. Oh, it's still a bit blurry, isn't it? Gosh, seriously? Over here, over here, over here. Sorry about that, guys. So it says 250 on there, I think. I think it says that. This is terrible. What's up with this camera? Sorry, guys. So it says 250 milligrams ml, and I take 0.4 a week, and that works out to 100 mil a week. Now, the doctor said they'll be checking my blood work and will let me know whether they feel I should up the dose. They said it's all down to my free testosterone. I think that, I don't know if that reads in the SHBG. This is all new to me, to be honest. So forgive my ignorance. I'm still learning. So as long as my free testosterone is good, then probably won't need to up it. I don't want to increase my risk of any issues. So if I don't need more, I don't care for more. I will stick with 0.4. I posted a little while ago that I was taking testosterone, and I shared with people and said, I am no longer natty. And some people were saying that doesn't even qualify as enhanced. They said that's basic. And they were telling me figures of what some people are taking. Obviously, I'm taking 100 mil a week, and there's many who will take 200 or 250 or friggin' 300 a week. Some people 1,000. I'm like, wow, that's insane. But as long as my health markers are in the right place, that's all I care about. That is it. In fact, it even concerns me that I don't want to end up putting on too much muscle. I mean, I have a decent amount of muscle as it is, and I'm getting older. I'm 46, and I don't need to get heavier. I don't need to have great amounts of muscle. I just need to be healthy, and that is it. Train, keep in shape, penis is working properly, and I'm good. Yeah, there was a point where just when my testosterone dropped, obviously I wasn't aware. I just had this strange feeling in my body. My morning erections just vanished. During chemo, I noticed that it was definitely gone. I had no appetite for sex at all. Didn't even cross my mind, and just had no desire. When I came out, still no real desire. Libido is just really crap. And erections were just like, it was weak. It was up and down, up and down. It's like, what's going on? So I was like, right, I need to put this away. I can't use that right now. But now testosterone is definitely in place. Waking up with morning wood as normal as I was before. And, appetite is there as well. So that's really good. And that is that really. So testosterone enantate, weekly injections, comes with some needles. You got this here. Don't know if you can see it. Where you would, where's the actual needle itself? The needle looks like this. That goes into there. And you would use this one to suck it up out of the bottle. So you suck it out the bottle, and then you would, suck it out. You put these together, suck it out the bottle, and once that's sucked out, you then place this needle on top, one of these, obviously, on top. I'm not going to open it up, otherwise could end up getting contaminated. And then you get this alcohol, you rub the area, and inject yourself in the leg. So I'm like, oh my gosh, feel like a druggie. Like a druggie. Like, wow, I'm injecting myself now. But funny enough, before taking the testosterone, I had to inject myself before with the, what's it called? The anticoagulants. They were called amoxicillin. So because I had the blood clots, in order to thin my blood, I had to have these injections in my subcutaneous fat. So I was injecting myself not once a week. This was twice a day, and it was painful, so painful. But now I'm on, where is it? It's called apixaban. Yeah, apixaban, which looks like this. I have to take these twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, 12 hours apart. And it's much easier. So easy to manage. Just some water, stay hydrated. Awesome. But yeah, hope you found that interesting or useful. I'll keep you guys posted. I've recently had blood work, so I should be on a call tomorrow to find out the outcome. Hopefully it's nothing drastic and everything is reading okay. Yeah, and I'll just continue to be as healthy as possible. Okay. So thanks for checking in. Speak to you guys soon.